Assalamualaikum family, Sister Latasha here. This is part 2 of preserving and dehydrating navy beans. These are what the navy beans look like after 11 hours of dehydrating. Please get a really good dehydrator that evenly dries, because I had to keep rotating the trays because they were not drying evenly, and that was really annoying. But this is what they look like. So here I am putting the dried navy beans in a plastic bag. And what I'm going to do is let this bag sit for an hour or more. And I'm just making sure all the beans are dry, completely dehydrated. The plastic bag is going to show condensation. If there is any moisture still in the beans, it's going to show in the plastic bag. So if there is, you want to put them back in the dehydrator for about an hour or so, or until they're completely dry. And so that's what I'm doing here. And I let my bag sit overnight, but it doesn't have to sit that long. Assalamualaikum, peace family. It's Sister Latasha Muhammad here, and I just wanted to wrap up part 2 of dehydrating and preserving navy beans. So in the last video, you saw that I had put the navy beans in a plastic bag. And I did that because I wanted to make sure that there was no moisture in any of the beans. Because you know when you put something in a plastic bag, the condensation, if there is moisture, it will settle on the top of the bag. You can see that there's moisture in the bag. So if there was moisture in these beans, then I would want to put them back in the dehydrator until there's no more moisture. So yeah, there was no condensation whatsoever. These beans are dehydrated. So once you know they're dehydrated, I have my oxygen absorbers that I got from Ark Survival Plus. And then I have my little small mason jar that has a lid that seals tightly. Because when you open these oxygen absorbers, there's like 10 in here, I think. I'm going to use one, okay? I'm going to use one for this Mylar bag. So I'm going to put my beans in here, and then I'm going to put in one oxygen absorber. And you need this jar because you have to work quickly when you use oxygen absorbers. You can't just open this, because this is tight. This is vacuum air sealed, okay? You can't just open this and play around with it and let them sit around, because they're going to start absorbing all the oxygen in the air, and then you won't be able to use them. So once I cut this off, I'm going to put the rest in here and close this up quickly. And then the one I'm going to use, I'm going to put it in my beans, and I'm going to seal it up quickly. Okay? So I'm going to do this right in front of you guys. You ready? All right. So I have my beans, my dry beans. Everything you dehydrate should be dry. Dry, not partially dry, and then you seal them up. Even though you're using oxygen absorbers, they should be dry. Completely dehydrated, okay? So, I'm gonna put my beans in my Mylar bag. This might be a little tricky, y'all. Hang with me. Actually, that was pretty easy. Praise be to Allah. Okay, so I just put all my dehydrated navy beans in my Mylar bag. Okay, make sure this is ready to go. Whatever you're sealing with, it needs to be ready to go. Once you cut these open and you put this in here, you don't want to be sitting and waiting for whatever you're going to seal with to get hot. It should be already ready to go. Okay, so because I just turned mine on, I'm not going to open this yet, but I'm ready. And this only takes like a few seconds to get to where I need it to get. So, and you guys, you have to, before you start dehydrating, make sure you do your research. Like, research a bunch of videos, because you can mess up what you're doing. There's certain things that shouldn't have an oxygen absorber, like fruit. Those should have silica packets, not oxygen absorbers. So there's certain things that you should not use these with. So I'm just saying, when you dehydrate, make sure you're doing your research. And then the dehydrator that I got, you know, it's serving its purpose for now. But if you're going to be doing dehydrating on a large scale, invest in a good one. That's like $200, $250. Because the one I have, I had to keep rotating the trays. It took about 11 hours. Yep. And so I had to keep rotating the trays, taking one out from the bottom and putting it on the top, because the ones on the top were not dehydrating as fast as the ones on the bottom. So, and this was my first time doing this. So you're going to learn a lot, you know, when you experiment, when you do things for the first time. So I just want to let you know. All right, my flat iron is ready to go. When that blue right there is blinking, that means it's ready to go. So here we go. Take my one out, and the rest are gonna get sealed in this jar. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Right? That was like a few seconds. Done. Sealed. Sealed. Do not leave these sitting out. Now let me hurry up. Pack it. Right? Navy beans. In there. Done. Try to get as much air out. Alright? As you can. And seal. Seal it. You know, I'll be doing extra. Ow. Seal it. Seal it. All right. Seal it. Ouch. Be careful. Do not burn yourselves. All right. And I'm gonna turn that off. Dehydrated. My first bag of dehydrated navy beans. Ain't nothing coming in there. Ain't nothing coming in or out of here. Okay? Nothing is coming in or out of here. And I sealed it very well. I sealed it very well. My first. Y'all, this is about to become an obsession for me. Done and done. I know I'm getting way too excited, but yep. Done. And you know what? I'm going to label these. I'm going to label these. They're going to say dehydrated navy beans. And I'm going to put the date on it, which would be yesterday's date. I'm going to put the date. And then I'm going to keep going, y'all. I'm going to keep going. I'm about to get a better, much better dehydrator. I'm about to spend some money on a really good dehydrator and a bigger crock pot. And then I'll be straight. And then my oxygen absorbers and my Mylar bags, I'm about to get from Arc Survival Plus. Thank you, Sister Tequila. Okay, y'all. Well, I hope that you enjoyed. Sorry this video was like really long, but I needed it to be because I like to be thorough and stuff like this. So, okay, I'm already on to my second batch. My beans are already done, and I'm about to just let them cool, okay? And then put them on my, put my layers down on my trays, and I'm going to get it going. Get it popping. Get it going. Hey, get it popping. Hey, get it going. Hey, get it popping. Have a blessed day, y'all. Assalamu alaikum.